Well, happening this Friday, the Grand Rapids Griffins are hosting their very first home game of the season. That's going to be against the Manitoba Moose. So joining us this morning, Bob Kaiser, thank you so much for joining us, really, and coming on in. I know it's a little bit early.
I don't know how you do it. I had to get up at 7. You were up at, what, 2 in the morning, whatever?
We were up bright and early. Well, I guess we should say dark and early.
Yeah. To be in TV.
Yeah, to be in TV. And you're usually used to, like, the late night, the late night gig.
The 11, 12 o'clock by the time you get home.
Harder.
Yeah, I could not do that.
Coming back from road trips, that's like 3, 4 in the morning.
Oh.
And in January, when it's 10 below zero outside and you get off that bus, it's like, ooh, yeah, okay.
Starts to get a
you
little bit
wonder
trickier.
sometimes what you're doing, but wouldn't trade it for a thing.
Oh, we love to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, big home opener.
Yeah.
Tell us what we should expect.
Well, we're excited. We won our first 2 games on the road down in Austin, Texas last weekend. A lot of impressive things that happened. Some really terrific players, some veteran guys that a lot of our fans will know just because they're very hockey knowledgeable. And then the young prospects that the Red Wings have that our fans follow closely. So, we like the looks of our team. We like the fact the Red Wings are 2-1 right now after kind of a horrible start to their season, but bounced back and got a couple wins against Toronto, and we're 2-0. So a good start for both teams.
Yeah. Now, you're the Griffins broadcaster, and you have been for how long now?
This will be the 26th year.
Wow, that's so cool.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. I've actually been in hockey for 45 years. So, yeah, long time. But it's been an absolute blast.
Lots of experience.
The
lots
best 25
wisdom.
were here.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, exciting stuff. I mean, this season adding on to it, too. What would you say is one of the things that you're most excited for this season, getting to call out some of these games, getting to talk about them over the air?
It's rehashing all the great things that have happened here for 29 plus years. I mean, I can't imagine when we won the Cups in 13 and 17, it was so exciting for the city and for all of us. I can't imagine what it was like because I wasn't here when they broke ground for the new arena downtown in 1995, paving way for the Griffins in 96. And just all that's happened since then. I mean, it's just, the championships and the giving back to community and just the commitment that the organization has made to West Michigan and to the Detroit Red Wings to serve as their primary affiliate and create a great environment for the prospects of the Red Wings to be in, not just in the arena, but around the city. And, everybody just comes away from here so impressed. All of our players love it here, so it's a great thing all the way around, and we're awfully proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, you can hear it in your voice that you're proud to be a part of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So you have this wealth of knowledge and experience in years past. What's the energy like in comparison in the locker room this year to some of the previous years?
It's a unique setup right now just because we have, and without getting into great detail, we have a bit of an issue to start because we have 8 veterans, and you can only dress 6 per game. So there's 2 veterans, and all of our veterans are really good hockey players. So that makes it challenging trying to figure out, okay, who's going to sit? And they just decided they're just going to do it on a rotating basis. So at some point, that's going to probably get cleaned up, whether the Red Wings make a trade or 2. But there's that vibe in the room right now, which is actually good. I mean, those guys are going to be great mentors for the young players for sure, and that's partly why they're signed. For not just to help us win games, but to be good role models for the young guys and help them work their way up the ladder and get to Detroit. So I think it's a very positive locker room right now, and jumping out to a 2-0 start and winning 2 games on the road to begin the year that's a good way to enhance that. So
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, so you've got some vets in the locker room, obviously, but you've got some rookies in there, I'm sure, too. Any standout characters?
Oh, yeah. There's characters. As far as personality, lots of those.
Sure.
No, we've got, again, a couple of guys made the Red Wings this year again. There's always at least 1 or 2 that, play here and eventually graduate to the NHL on a permanent basis. There's 3 of them that made the team out of training camp this year that are in Detroit right now, but more in the ranks. Carter Mazier, Amadeus Lombardi, William Valinder. It's a long list of prospects. Sebastian Kosa, our goaltender. So fans are going to love watching this team play. Highly entertaining, and from what we can tell right now, very, very talented.
Oh, looking forward to this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Very much so. Exciting stuff. Now, what is that process like when you sit down, You're coming into work for the day, you're coming in about to call for the game.
Yeah.
What do you do as a broadcaster for those who don't know?
Well, I don't come in at 2 in the morning. That much I can tell you. I'm usually, like I say, getting home at 2 in the morning. It's just, it depends. I mean, beginning of the season, there's a lot more prep work. But in our league where you're playing the same team 8 or 10 times, by about the third or fourth time, you should have at least a better understanding of that team. So kind of lessens the amount of prep work. But no, I mean, there's nothing, I can think of a lot worse things to do than just spend all my time digging up hockey stats and learning about all these players and their backgrounds and just spending my time on the sport of hockey. And these guys, I've said many times, the players are unbelievable people. They're very committed to everything we do here on the ice and off. And it's a great environment to be around, the sport of hockey, the Griffins, and the city of Grand Rapids.
Absolutely. A big part of it, too, we were talking about this during the break, but how community is such a big part of what the Griffins do, just this area in general, too. But can you kind of talk about that community involvement?
Yeah, I think we just follow we ride the coattails of the Voss and Van Andel families, right? I mean, they're so committed to community and hockey players in general. They've always been that way. They're just, the culture in the sport of hockey is unlike any other sport, with all due respect. Hockey players are the most approachable and accommodating of all professional athletes. They get it. They understand that. They love doing it. They'll go out and wait tables, as bartenders or whatever, as part of a promotion. Maybe even serve food at fast food restaurants to help raise money for charity. And then the other thing that's cool too is a lot of our players' wives. There's a buy-in there too. They love to get involved. Like sometimes when the guys are on the road, they'll fill in and serve as as ambassadors for the Griffins and for the sport of hockey, and go out in the community and help us out with ringing the bells for Salvation Army or whatever the case may be. So we've got great buy-in from everybody that participates, including our front office. That's what makes it it's just such a fun thing to be around.
Yeah, I can only imagine, and it really sounds like everybody dives in. Like, you're lucky to be a part of it, and I think people recognize that. It seems like. Well, I'm sure you've made some pretty memorable calls over the years.
Boy.
Are there any that just give you the goosebumps? You think back to it and you're like, "Oh, I remember that."
Yeah, nothing like probably 13 when we won the first cup,
Okay.
And then we won it again in 17. And they were unique in separate ways. We won the cup in 13 on the road, which doing it in a hostile environment, and it's just us, and a handful of fans that came over from Grand Rapids to watch us and celebrate with us. But to do it here in 17 was, I can talk long enough about it, I'll have a tear coming out of my eye here. I mean, it was so emotional to see our fans embrace that, and so deserving of a championship. And we have the best fans around the American Hockey League, and and they support the Red Wings. Obviously, we were talking briefly about the scrimmage game, the Red Wings red and white game the other day. We sold that thing out 10 days ahead of a scrimmage game. 11,000 fans. It was watched by about 200,000 people on the Red Wings live stream. It's just, if you ever wonder the popularity of the sport of hockey, specifically the Wings, don't wonder, don't question it, because despite the fact they haven't made the playoffs in 9 years, that winged wheel is awfully powerful, and it trickles down here to Grand Rapids, where we've got a wonderful setup here, and looking forward to getting the thing going again this Friday night at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in your opinion, teams of the AHL, could make a run at the Cadler Cup this year. Who do you think they are?
You know what? That's an impossible. That's a near impossible question. The issue with that in our league is, it's such a crapshoot. Every team is affiliated with a National Hockey League club, like we are with Detroit, and you're so much at the mercy of those NHL teams. So your roster is comprised of mainly, players that have been drafted by the Red Wings, or the Red Wings are going out and signing guys for you. So we like the looks of our team right now. I mean, there's some teams that are always Hershey, who we never see very often. We don't play against them very much, but Hershey Bears, one of the most historic franchises in all the sports, let alone the American Hockey League. They're always good, it seems. In our division, Milwaukee seems to be real good. We've got a great rivalry with them, great rivalry with Chicago, Manitoba, who will be here this weekend for the 2 games. So, so hard to say. Your guess is as good as mine. Just
I don't know about that.
throw a dart at the board, and whatever team pops up, and they've got as good a chance to win the whole thing as anybody.
All right, well, good stuff. Are there any last-minute promotions, events that people should know about?
Well, Friday night, of course, $2 beer and $2 dog.
Oh,
which,
can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, that has definitely been a huge impact on. What's great about that is it's just turned so many young fans into permanent, long-time Griffin fans, people that hadn't really come to the games, but they thought, hey, back then it was dollar beer, dollar dog. We had a lot of students and that was what it was designed to do. You know, students to come out and enjoy themselves, and so many of them got hooked on the game. And not surprising, because when you get in there, it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, the energy's electric once you're in the arena.
They weren't coming to just Friday games. They were coming back Saturday and Wednesday and every other night of the week. So that it worked out really well for us.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We wish you guys the best of luck this season, and we'll be in there a few times to hear you announcing.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much again. We'll be right back.